Bole Baba Ki
Jai.
Jai. Here I am. We are in beautiful Haidakhandi Vishva Mahadham, which Babaji said was the center of the universe. And we're so grateful to be here in this beautiful, beautiful place. And I'm here with Somnath, who I met over 25 years ago at the ashram, one of Babaji's ashrams in near Ranikhet, Chilianola. And I was so taken by him. I remember in those days, you were doing a fire ceremony every day. You know how I love the fire ceremonies. And from that moment, I was always happy to see you each year when I would get to see you. And here we are. And I've asked him to just talk a little bit about how he came to Baba, and particularly those early years that you're with Muniraji, so closely. You even lived in his home for 12 years.
No, I was not living in his home. I was living around in the ashrams and sometimes in his homes, you know. So I was like moving around from Haidakhan, Chile. My first years there I spent in Chilianola actually. I come first to Haidakhan, but then later he sent me to Chilianola to learn quietly, he told me, you know.
To learn quietly.
Quietly. To learn quiet.
That was so Muniraji.
Yes,
It's always about quiet.
so he taught to the elder ladies, the lady which was with Babaji, to show me Havan. To others, he told me to show me different things, and he gave me the practices of, to japa, saptashati, reading some mantras, then to do Havan, and Aarti, and then puja, some puja, he told me also to do. So in the first year it was quite intense, like, you know, but that was the way our relation got deeper because I needed to get a little bit into the flow, you know, to understand what is going on. So slowly, when he was coming in Chilean, every time was different. This was like a experience for me, you know, asking some questions, he was giving me answers. Then he would say to me something that I should think about. If I ask him some question, you think about and you tell me next time when I come what is the answer. So
you were like his little boy.
It was like food for the soul. He was like really ocean of good qualities, like we think, you know, I can imagine this. He was super gentle, full with love, and all these kind of things, you know, with everyone. So I was very, very much impressed by his softness, gentleness, loveliness, you know, and way of showing you respect. I've never got so much respect before I met Muniraji from someone personal respect, you know, even from person like him, well established to one guy who coming from nowhere, young guy.
How did you meet Babaji? I mean, find out
Well,
about Babaji.
I had quite a turbulent years before my 20s. So I met a guy who was coming. I wrote a letter to an Indian Swami, Niranjan, the disciple. You know. He wrote to my mother. I got the contact. So he wrote me an answer. He gave me an answer with my mantra Somnath, and then I shall come to India. Then I met a guy who was coming. I saw he was coming to Haidakhan. So I landed that. It was like very fast everything. It's like kind of events, you know, when they're unfolding, you're just like following them. It happened very fast. And in fact, when I arrived in Haldwani, before we come to Haidakhan, in the moment I saw Muniraji, it was like, you know, clear for me. It was very strange for me the first time because it's instantly I made this full pranam without without even knowing the significance, you know, without even, you know, so it was feeling all dizzy. Then we came in Haidakhan, we had the Holi, and here I've got in one day changed, you know, I got like some very nice experience, and then next day I was different person, I was the other one. I saw the dots connecting why they were here at that time. So, so was this time. Then Muniraj told me, you stay here now in India. You learn slowly, slowly. And it was like this that I stayed. And yeah, when we are here, we do whenever it's necessary to do whatever. He was karma yoga, so for him, the most important was the practice and the karma yoga, the action. It is like very much the thought process, the mental processes, the mental way of searching God. He was man of action for me.
Muniraji was a man of action for me.
So even from the very early morning, so for me he was my biggest inspiration in the life. Yeah, even I was telling him, I'm sorry that I'm your worst disciple. I can't do everything. But at least I love you so much, and the only thing I want is stay around you. And that was all my food. That was it.
Your great blessing. Can you give us one or two things that Muniraj told you? You told me yesterday one thing about.
Well, I can say something which is coming in my mind. For example, when I asked him in the last time, it was already in the late years, and we were sitting in his room in the night. He was lying, I was massaging his feet, and I was saying, Muniraj, when you leave, I mean, what I need to, I don't know, Muniraj, I feel like lost. He said, oh, don't worry, don't worry. You just, then it was very, very, he was quiet. He was waiting. You just listen to your, always listen to your heart. But remember, be happy. You have to be happy. This was what he told me. And yeah, then many other things when I was asking him how I can find my soul once. There are only few things thrown like this. He told me, one way is just sit and think what you did in the day. For example, in the evening meditation, and think what I did in the daytime. Then see what you did and feel with your heart. And your heart will tell you if this is the right or the wrong. The right or the wrong. You have to go through your action. Then slowly, slowly you understand your soul. That was his way of the heart with a lot of action. Yeah, he used to tell me, people, because I was asking so many questions and this and that, and one go there. He told me, you guys, always everybody's asking me so many questions. Don't you get it? These things you don't understand it with the mind. You have to see it. You see it only by practicing and doing the right actions. Then when the time is right, the time is there, then you get the fruits. But not before that. With the mind you understand the mental level, nothing more. So this is what we look for. It's beyond. And then, yeah, he told me just from the very beginning, also one time this evening. Your guru, I'm nothing. I can should tell you only what is this and that. And then he was always repeating that he is nothing. It's nothing. And I'm nothing. Your guru is inside yourself. Everything, all the universe, all the ocean is inside. You have to find it. The only way to find it is through practice. So he was really pushing me into that practice. I'm never so good. But anyway, it's never too late. And yeah, he was really insisting that we go into our inner space, explore it in our daily life, like constantly, every morning. He was man of super discipline. Every morning he was come this every evening, his meditation. In the daytime, super serious karma yogi, and he had multi-faced man. He had many faces everywhere. So it was great to observe him as well, how he moves and how he manages everything, and everyone around him. How he has created that space around him, which is like protected space. When you are around him, you are like in his hour. It was like the paradise there. It was completely his. It was his space. It was his space, and you would feel very strong, very sure for yourself. You would feel that I can do anything in this world. That was his power, from inside, because he was emanating from him. Also, the questions was disappearing. So many questions you went on. It was that quietness. So even to be around such a person is, for me, is the biggest gift, to tell you the truth. It was the biggest gift, that one. So he told me many things, yeah, but things come and go, but the most important what I got is that I have not to think, do my duty and go forward and do my practice and be happy.
And be happy. And you come here now every year for 2
Yeah,
months. Why? You
I'm
live
working.
in Italy, you're from Bulgaria. You go also to Bulgaria every
Yeah.
year to see your family. But during your vacation, you come here for 2 months also. Why do you come to Haidakhan every year?
Well, let's say it like this. I can't do without. Can't live without.
Yeah?
No, yeah, it's my place when I don't know myself, but at least here is the place where I'm most close to my real, let's say, for me, what I accept,
Mm-hmm.
to my real nature. Here is when I get the recharge. Here is when I get all the inspiration. You see, I believe inspiration is the biggest power in our life, and that is the place where I got my inspiration from. So not only that, there are many other things, but let's say that I don't want to come. Then like this time I was thinking, no, maybe I go now. Then I get such a strong dream that I can't do less. But no,
Okay.
it's a power. It's something what you need is an internal needs. It's like your soul really wants to come back home, like stay
I
close to.
understand.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm here every year too.
yeah. It's like yeah. It's even big. Yeah. With my mind, I may want to go some other places, but
my my heart knows
my
where to
God,
go.
yeah. We
Thank you.
like this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you
So
for
happy
asking me.
to see you.
Thank you. Huh?
I think
Thank
all
you
of
for
our love
asking me.
and devotion helps everybody keep, inspires also. So thank you.
Yeah, we shall be inspired and we shall try to be always good. Om
Bole
Namah
Baba
Shivaya.
Ki
Grazie,
Jai,
thank
Sri
you. Om
Mahamuni
Namah
Raj
Maharaj
Maharaja Ki
Ki
Jai,
Jai.
Bole Baba
Baba
Ki
Ki
Jai,
Jai.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Shiva.